Rastafari clean out. Babylon them a fool down.
Down.
Babylon them a fool down.
Down.
When I stamp on the stamp ground.
So boy, yeah, this is our second podcast, and it's kind of mad because you both know me. You've known me for a while, actually. Like, you've known me since the very beginning. You know me since I had like a night tick in my hair and like razor sharp things in my eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? And handing out business cards on Sutton High Street trying to get girls. I used to do that, by the way. You know, I used to. Do you remember? I had a treble clef on the business card and my number, and I was just like, yo.
You
like,
did a lot weirder things when you were younger, though.
The business card's a bit much, though.
Bro, I still roll with a business card. It's the one thing actually, yeah, that I believe changes your career.
Yeah,
but we're grown men now. But yeah, when you was a
business,
youth,
not dropping game on girls.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I didn't give them the business card to say like, let's go out. I would just drop some like, yo, like I'm a photographer, like rare tear, and then obviously as soon as I got their number, like
he was a salesman basically.
Oh my days.
But alright guys, before I even introduce you, I want to just kind of set an intention, and what I mean by that is, what do you kind of want to achieve in this world, and maybe potentially through this podcast? Like, I just want you guys, the reason I've chose you to come here today is because you just know me and you're going to be bare real. There's no kind of structure. This is just three brothers talking about how to be the best people we can be, the happiest we can be, and create good energy. So yeah, like, what's our intention? For me, I'll start it. My intention again is just to bring out ways to achieve what you want to desire through only love and happiness. That's kind of my truth. And I guess the reason I brought you here is because you both know me, seen how I've done that, and I see how you're doing it in your own like lives. So yeah, Valley, what are you saying?
That's a good one. That's a good intention. I would, I guess, for the purpose of like what we're doing here too, I just want to make people, whoever watched this, the first episode was sick. So like, we're here for the second one, and boy, if I can have one thing that I'd really want to get my point across for, is making this one as good as the first one. Everyone vibing at home, listen to this wherever you're at. We're about to have a good time.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, Taylor.
Yeah, I'd say as my intention that I'm setting is on people to be able to understand that others actually feel the same way you do, although you may like keep it within your head. You know what I mean? So it's a good one. I'm always trying to put things into perspective for everyone, because everyone's got knowledge to different levels, you know. So I'd say that's my intention right now. Obviously, I'm a fashion designer, so I'll explain it in as artistically understandable as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much me.
For me, I think I'm going to bounce straight off of what you just said. And it's the idea that more people may think the way you do. Like, I think one of my intentions that I'm going to add on now is that for a while I felt very singular, individual. I felt different. And then all I realized is by connecting with the right energies, man, you can really build quickly, because there's a lot of us thinking the same. The same about Babylon, thinking the same about spirituality, but just lost, no guidance, no path in it.
100%. A lot of people feel alone in what they're doing. Like, I've had moments like that myself, where I thought, I'm in this by myself.
And you are though, innit? So like, it's natural.
But is that bad? Because I was born here.
Like, figuratively and like on paper, I'm in it by myself. But energy-wise, which is really what it all feeds off of, like, far from alone, man. You just got to talk to the people that's around you.
Yes.
That's my main thing. That's the thing I tell anyone.
Connection.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you need to. It's easy for when you're on your own thing. You will know this yourself. So are you. Like, when you're on your own thing, you think, you know what? It's about what I think. It's not really, because you're trying to appeal to everyone else with what you're doing, regardless. Bottom line. So, you know, that's when I started to realize myself, like, I need to talk to more people. I need to understand and take in what they're saying, and that's when you realize, you're not alone at all, man. It's just perspective. It's the way you look at it. It feels that way when you're creating, because you're at home doing your thing. But,
literally,
you know, that's.
I think everyone that you meet has an answer to a question that you've been asking the whole of your life. Everyone's like gonna bring you some kind of message. Like, I like to say to myself, everyone but myself is my teacher. Do you know what I'm saying? The man that's homeless outside Woolworths and Sir Alan Sugar, like, they both have the same energy within them, and they've just carved themselves differently, but they have something that I can gain from them. I think as a Buddhist as well, we always recognize that everyone has Buddhahood within them. So never look down at anyone, never look down at anyone's advice. If they're giving you advice from their level of consciousness, there's something that you can grow from that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the time, like, for me, I grew the most and I realized how to chase my dreams the most when I was in the YMCA, because the people that most people would think can't offer you nothing offer me everything, which is an insight into a life I don't want. Do you understand that? Like, so it's like I turned poison into medicine.
You can teach yourself. Like, do you think you can teach yourself from just you? Like everything external experiences and stuff like that, absolutely fine. But like just internal, the saying was, nobody's my teacher, but
myself. No one but myself is my teacher. That wasn't the saying, was it?
It was basically
the opposite
of that, basically. But
everyone but myself is my teacher.
Yeah. But like, do you still think you are a teacher?
Okay, to be, I know
for
where
yourself,
you're going.
Like,
I think. Are you saying like, can you learn just from yourself individually? Yeah, I guess so. But then we're getting deep now. It's like, is yourself just a reflection of everything external, or do you know what I mean? But
like, you can definitely learn from just yourself. It just depends on how open you're willing to be with the negatives. Like, a lot of people want to know how to do something better or want to change something and X, Y, Z, but they are the answer to their own question. Is whether they're willing to accept that. You accept it easier from someone else, but in most cases we aren't entirely judgmental, and as we are with everyone else, to ourselves. When we're at that point, then we can teach ourselves about, what's right, what's wrong. I do it for myself all the time. And I have to sit down and say, look, like, this don't work, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you might want it to, but overall, 100% don't work. What's the next thing? If you're able to allow yourself to receive those lessons, and I believe you can teach yourself.
Jeez.
How much?
Agreed, man. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that's just how I think, man. Because again, I work with loads of people. Like, you don't know this. I work with both of you. You know what I mean?
But, we've done a lot.
Yeah, like, but even so, like, you still need to, as well as talking to other people, you need to be as harsh with yourself as you are with others, because, why should they get the brunt of it and you not? Like, you're not being honest to yourself, really.
But I think that's the key word, though, isn't it?
Honesty, 100%.
Because, like, right or wrong, again, that's in the eye of the beholder. And also in the current situation, whatever you're going through, like, what's to say what this one scenario can be right and wrong? Do you know what I mean? Like, someone holds a gun to your head, you're not going to think about what's right or wrong. You know what you need to do. And that's just the honest, like, approach you would ever take. And I agree with that completely.
Yeah, for sure.
Completely.
Alright, man, something to just lighten it up for a moment, we was talking about it just before we started, is how have we ourselves carved our futures through experiences? And one of mine and Valley's was, and not that I condone this, young kids, but it was something that just happened, is that we took mushrooms in Amsterdam. And
which was repeat, as it's probably described every time.
That changed things,
Yeah, well, it definitely had like an impact. It definitely had an impact because, like, it's the first time, and it's the word trippy is almost like an understatement, isn't it? Like, it's an experiential thing.
No human word in our language can make you understand it.
It's an experiential thing. So, like, the point is,
what? But the breakfast ones.
The breakfast mushroom.
Well,
you get one. They actually give you some. Depends on which hotel.
What in Amsterdam?
Yeah, in Dam, yeah.
No, we're talking about
no,
truffles.
we took truffles,
It was
big
like,
ass,
bro, we
strongest ones.
Yeah. We was
First
like,
time.
I took truffles once before and nothing really happened. So I was like, no, burn this. I just felt a bit itchy and I was looking at myself in the mirror like I was a nitbag. Like,
I was
that's how
under
felt.
the impression they gave you truffles with the brekkie in it.
Oh no. Yeah. We sound like addicts, literally. But yeah, basically, so we went into the shop. We bought these truffles. Level 10, they were called like Golden Zeus, Colombian Bumba Clark, something crazy.
It was something. The name was powerful too.
It was mad. And then we went. Wait, how did we do it? We went into our apartment. We all started munching them, bare Kit Kats because it tastes like.
We got
disgusting.
past some nerves in it because like they have like stars on the packaging in it, which show you how fucked up they are in it. Like,
And also, we know like we don't want to go into this like with anxious thoughts anyway, so we're trying to like almost force this like calm zen feeling. But we also are like shitting it because like who knows to some extent. So, and I mixed them. I don't know if you took some. I know like B took some.
No, I did. I know I just took the packet that me and you went halves on in it, like the powerful whatever it was in it. That.
So my first memory after I took these, and the reason I'm even bringing this story up is because I believe it's like it's an extension of who I actually am. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there was nothing Babylon in them. I think it's come from the earth, and this is what Jah, God, Allah, whoever put that there, it's some real shit. So the first thing I realized, is Valley's just getting giggly in it, as like giggly as hell. But it wasn't high giggly. Yeah, it was pure giggly. Yeah, like I'm just looking at man, seeing his energy and going, yeah, in the best way. And I'm looking at like these flowers, on the wall, and they're starting to start getting trippy and moving. I can see like the rhythms and like it's like mad. Next thing I remember, and there's a photo of it on my bed right now. Every time I wake up, it's right here, My man, is like a starfish on the floor, Man, starfishing on this floor, and he's literally just embracing the energy around him. He's like, yo, life is all mad. Like, I actually feel so pure, angelic.
This is after the truffle.
Yeah, but this is like, what, 40 minutes in?
Yeah, no, I think a little bit earlier than that. I think like...
This was like the light shit, by the way. This is the deepest story. We won't go too deep, but it's like the maddest shit. This was like, maybe 20 minutes in, actually.
Literally 20 minutes in, and like we were questioning like what it would do so much that we weren't actually feeling what it was doing in it. So
that's what we was present.
When we got past the initial like, oh shit, we just taken like truffles type of thing, and reading the package over and over again. Stop trying to find out logistics. Have you done it before?
Yeah.
So you know
exactly the same as yours.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
So like after the initial like 20 minutes, I think I was like the first one. I don't know why, but I was so like ready for it. I don't know. Before we went to Amsterdam, I was like, I know me taking mushrooms is gonna do something. Like I knew all of this for some reason.
It was written in the stars, basically. Yeah.
Essentially. So then it became a thing where I gave in basically, and felt everything, and it was just weird. Like
surrender.
I no longer thought about what I was saying. It was just feeling like what it was currently just coming out in it. So like, I love life right now and all that normal shit. Like, that was coming out, but it was like, it just, from that point on there, it rose and rose and rose and rose to different levels.
Yes, I mean, so 2-2s, we're like a couple moments later, we're all outside on a bike. No one knows how the fuck we got there. We're just on the bike, present, looking at trees, going like, yo, the cracks in the bark is like veins, man. I swear to God.
We saw spiders, fam.
They
were doing madnesses.
Oh wait, no, the spiders is when the story changes. But we go on to this tunnel, and we're all looking at these spiders. And normally I'm kind of fearful of spiders, like not on a deep level, but it's just that uncomfortable feeling. So I'm looking at these spiders, and I'm looking at the cobwebs, and my tits have been blown off in it. Like I have no idea how something has done something so angelic and geometrically perfect and shit. And I'm looking at this cobweb. Brother comes past me, and this guy was on the trip with us, and unfortunately, like he didn't really know many people, and he's a cool guy, but I don't really roll with him too much now because of kind of everything changed after this. He just goes past me and he goes, yo, there's like there's dread, your spiders are in your dreads. Now imagine I'm tripping here and there's a lot of hair on my head, fam. Yeah, I was like, yo, like what? Very uncomfortable. And he just rides onto the top, and he just stands like Stalin or Hitler at the top, like bare militant, just like looking out. And he's like, we need to go. And so all of us subconsciously start following him. If you've read Celestine Prophecy, and I know many millions have, he was like an interrogator in this situation, like sucking our energy. We was literally just involved. We couldn't stop it. And none of us were communicating because at this point, none of us really knew each other. We like knew how hard each other were tripping.
Yeah.
So, man, like...
So there was no spider in your hair?
No, he just had bad energy. The longest story
it was
short.
Like, it was like, it didn't even matter that he said he's got a spider in his head.
It was just the fact that
from
he'd
that
done
get-go, everything
everyone was angelic, and I saw auras, but I didn't see them. You know when people say I see auras, like I feel like I do, but I feel them, bro. Like, and people say, yeah, but you can feel anything. When you really know you're becoming spiritual and awakened, your chakras are clearing, you start to feel and see. So I was seeing him, all like purples and blues, which is just to me like a beautiful sign. My guy Jose, my guy Luke, everything. Well, no, Luke wasn't there. Everything was beautiful, but this guy just suddenly became dark and red and like just heavy, dense, closed off. And then like he led us through like Amsterdam. We was like 3 hours deep on a motorway. No one knew where the fuck we was. We was arguing. I was chucking bikes at him. And then suddenly we would be all talking to each other bare. Like me and you, do you remember? We'd go up to each other and I'd be whispering like, bro, please tell me, like, am I on drugs right now? Or like, what's going on? Because I actually feel so normal, but so I've never had this in my life. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And we kept asking each other, innit? We kept going, yo, are you fucked?
Yeah.
But because we were fucked, we couldn't see shit straight. Like, we couldn't see nothing.
And Aaron Miller.
So we were
dissolved,
imagining
like,
everyone's pupils huge, like big ass pupils and like fucking face moving weird and shit. Like, so we were like, so we asked the other two people, and I'd asked him as well, and I knew he weren't like really normal.
I was so vocal. I was going around telling everyone, I am not a leader. Someone take me home. I am tripping balls. And then like there was
we got on bike. I don't know why we got on bikes here in Amsterdam. Just fucking roaming on mushrooms.
Everything on me. What the?
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
So lucky.
No, I went out in my yogi pants only, innit? I was at my yogi pants and a long
jacket. What are
jacket.
yogi pants, man?
Huh?
What are yogi pants?
They're just like comfortable one
But
piece.
no, he does yoga in it, like
Yeah.
But yeah,
okay.
so I wore them and like they have no pockets and that, and I was like, I know what's about to happen in it, so I'm
Yeah.
not trying to have nothing with me, like nothing at all.
just the key to the padlock kind of thing. That
Yeah,
stays in the
literally.
bike when you're riding, so it's a safe thing. Yeah,
I don't know why
Yeah.
we got on bikes, but we were out literally after everything Aaron's saying. Yeah, during that point, at some point, yeah, within a click of a finger, it went from daytime to dark in it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, but for me, like, I don't remember it getting dark. It just went straight to dark, and I was like, what the fuck? Change the scene, whole different vibe. It was bare weird. But like, we were seeing shit, and I felt I was going high off. Like, I was talking to myself a lot. But like really like solving shit. I don't know why. I just felt like I was like solving what was around me, and especially the energy in the group. Like the one guy who was like very, I would just say dark in it. Like
I think it's one of the ones where, like, for me, and the reason I even bring this story up is because it made me understand life and made me understand why things are the way they are, and mostly it's because of my own energy. I was looking at him and I realized he had demons, and when I say demons, I don't mean actual demons, but Muslims call them jinn, some people call them whatever. Like something dark was on his energy, because I believe everyone has the capacity to be the most beautiful guru or spiritual enlightened person, but whatever, like, you're going through a karmic life cycle or whatever. But what I'm saying is, I learned how to look at people differently and understand and believe in my instincts. That's another thing in it. When you become more awake here, I truly just believe in my instincts now. That's what faith is. Faith is nothing to do with the Pope. But faith is actually something when you absolutely blindly believe that law of attraction exists. You absolutely blindly believe we have 7 chakras. You believe we're more than a 5-sense human. You have that faith. So I can trust people's energies now because of mushrooms. It's mad. I'm not going to say to people, you can achieve this all, I'm sure, through spiritual activity, but it's just what happened. And it's part of life. So is it wrong? I don't know. But I now realized that Aaron Miller is literally a construct of my mind and a construct of everything external that's ever happened to me and everything I've ever felt and gone through. Because I lost all of Aaron Miller, but I was still present. My soul was still there and I was still myself still. It's so subtle and different. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the weight of my life, the anxiety, the fear, all of them lower energies, completely disappeared. And I realized there's something I live with every single second of my life. Even if it's not bad, even when I'm telling you that I'm extremely happy, there's still something that's lower vibrating than what I experienced when I was on these drugs. And that's why I think I was maybe Buddhist at the time. I may have been practicing or may have been just before. But it's definitely helped me to become absolutely aware. Let me ask you, do you feel, or do you think I'm chatting rubbish? Do you believe that you're more than a 5-sense human? What I mean by that is taste, touch, smell. Do you know what I mean? Do you believe you have the capacity to be more? Do you reckon you're being blocked somehow?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, we're being blocked, but that's all by, like, I don't know, personal things, man. Us not allowing ourselves to be what we actually can be. And I think a lot of that is based on, what society dictates. Obviously, the ways and paths to get into certain places, X, Y, Z. So that obviously the whole education system, and as a creative person, the way that system works, like, I could be told, you have to have a degree in fashion and an A level, A2 in art and all that.
But you did it
in order to be able to design clothes for someone else so that they can get their dream. Whereas, I took the practical side of my skills and thought, I'm gonna make it happen. You know what I mean?
So do you not have any qualifications in everything you're achieving in right now?
At the moment,
you just do it. You just did the thing.
The only thing I can say I have qualifications in on paper is business, business and social studies, and video game development. But they're not things that I really apart from, like, you could say the social aspect of things and business, I don't really coincide the rest of the educational stuff of it. Everything else has always
what
been
you needed and
100%. We started making clothes from. Remember when back in the day, like, talking about 2007, and people were making productions. Do you remember that? You already know. Like, someone would just put their name on there. They're like, their graphic design name, like the name that people knew them as. At that point, that was when I was soaking in how to use Photoshop. And then the second I thought, okay, I'm gonna design some clothes, it was easy to use it.
Fuck,
We've
you actually
been
took me
learning.
back, you know, production.
Yeah, we've been learning. Yeah, that's like,
Oh,
yeah.
Luke did that for Mad Man, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 14 years old. Like,
Shout out Luke.
Shout out Luke.
14
Yeah, he used to
years
like put
old.
like lightning bolts, CR4,
Yeah.
all over the thing, like CCTV cameras
Bro,
like, on the Pixo
bro.
White website and
all
Bebo
that is
and all that.
transferable.
Yeah.
All that is
Yeah.
transferable
So
skill.
you basically turned that into the real shit.
Yeah, and education is not going to tell you can do that though.
I didn't even really introduce who you are, man. Tell the world like what you do, man. Like, and, like what's the whole like?
My
dream
name's
for you?
Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor Headless. I basically own a brand called Headless Flywear, which is all based around aviation and crossed with streetwear.
I'm sorry, but what's aviation, bro?
Aviation is the art of flying.
Okay.
So it's all based around flying. Aviation is planes, all of that sort of stuff.
Birds? Or is it
No,
more like
I would-
technical
it's
kind
the
of?
technical side
Okay,
of it. I
okay.
wouldn't. I could actually be getting this wrong, but this is what from what I know.
This is your interpretation.
Yeah,
of it.
from what I know, it's all based around the craft of an aircraft, innit?
Yeah, I think-
and
I think
everything
it
that
is
goes into that. That's aviation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like stealth mode. That's what I get from it. Something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like just OG stealth. Yeah.
anti-detection systems and aircraft stuff like that.
So what,
that's
yeah,
that's stealth.
this is headless. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
wearing,
so this right, you know what? I even forgetting them on camera, bro. This is my newest flower dye piece. This is actually a major piece to me because this is a reincarnation of my first ever piece, which is what got me here now.
Yeah.
So if I didn't make that t-shirt, I wouldn't be here. Like that's how real it is. Let's be honest.
It's iconic. This
You know what I'm
piece, then.
saying? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
for this I had to, keep the soul of it, but work on a way I can make it impactful and current.
Mad. Okay.
So
yeah.
That's this is Fly or Die 2. Obviously I've got the jacket, which is 2X. So that's far over there somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, basically.
Mad. Because obviously we've modelled together.
Yes.
So I was like one of your first models.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, jumping on
Wild
DLRs
X
with bags
jersey.
and shit. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Bro.
Do you remember we like in
Yeah.
Morden Park, just me and you
Uh-huh.
with a camera. But then photos to this
100%.
day are like still on the Tumblr page and people are loving it. I guess
Serious.
that kind of just shows you that literally,
Wow.
go out and do it, man. Like,
100%.
I think it's just being active. Even with this podcast, just do it. Like, just embrace life, and just grab a camera and do some shit. Don't overthink it, because when you're overthinking, you're in the mind again.
That's
you
real
know,
talk.
Buddhism, for me, Buddhism means action. That's what it all is. Buddhism literally means action to us, innit, as SGI members. So it's like, actually go out and do it. Like, me and him are just talking about the maddest plans, and it's like, most people be like, oh, what about the logistics? No, bro, we're just gonna do the thing. Like, we're just gonna try it. Yeah, if everything goes wrong, who lost out?
Yeah,
Do you know
for
what
real.
I'm saying?
For real.
That's what I
Everyone
definitely
makes
learned
things
from you,
way
man.
too technical.
Yeah.
It's not technical. It's not hard, bro.
That's what
Like
I'm
if you
saying.
want to make something,
Buy a basic Argos pack,
yeah,
DSLR, do you know what I'm
but
saying?
serious. Like if you want to take photos, like everyone. This is the one thing that gets me. Everyone's sitting on phones. Like they got good phones with high spec cameras.
I've got the S7, don't even know,
bro.
bruv.
The tech on these phones,
Yeah.
right? But still, no one's actually utilizing that. Like,
Trust.
the stuff you can do with it, mate. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that hard to understand. It's pretty black and white.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if you want it, you can get it. It's there. You know what I'm saying? I think about what we've like technologically, and
But you have a supporting family, bro. That's one thing most people don't have. Do you?
You know what?
Has your
Yeah, I
family
do.
always said, fucking do what you want? 'Cause
my
mum was
immediate
like,
my immediate family and a few nuclear, but I learned from my family how to do what I'm doing now. And that's just go and get it. Like, no hesitation. Like, don't hesitate. If you want it, go get it, because time's of the essence, innit? And as time goes on, things get harder. That's the way it goes. You know what I mean? It's just like you could look at that like the same way you'd look at like marinating food or something. Like, the longer it's in there, the stronger the taste gets. It's the same with difficulty. It's exactly the
I
same.
hope that's a
in
nice
life.
bit of tofu though in that oven.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro. That's what I mean. Like, just go and get it and make it happen straight. Like,
I love
you're
that.
just making it more difficult for yourself anyway.
Trust me.
I'm glad I started what I started then,
Yeah.
because now I'll be honest to you, bro. Like, it's tough. It was tough for me now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's tough for all of us. It's crazy. It's like there's so much good competition out there, like, and you have to look at it that way. These are people
You
you
also
can
have to
work
pay it
with.
no
It's
mind, though.
competition.
At the same time, like I was gonna say, like the more you give yourself a chance to think about something, you create fears. But like they're not real fears; they're
Yeah,
just
it's
fears
true.
The
disguised
mushrooms.
as
Actually, yeah.
they're like fears disguised as practicality. So like, you'll look at stuff, and you'll be like, "Oh, maybe I can't." But like,
Yeah,
if you just done it, you would do it. Like,
Exactly.
you get it done.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's it.
Valley, introduce yourself, bro. What you're about.
Yeah, Valley, Valdrin. I'm a creative. I think that just would stand alone for like everything. Like I want to start a whole new vibe, creative expressors. When someone asks you, "Oh, what's your music sound like?" and you realize you don't have a genre because you're far beyond that age now where you label anything. Just say you are a creative expressor, and let's just start a whole new vibe where there's no more labeling. And I know it is kind of labeling, but it's more of a descriptive term. Creative expressors, but yeah, that's what I stand for. I have creatives coming out soon.
It's because of him. Yeah, my business card says Aaron Miller, creative expressor. Like my last 3 business cards were model. Like even though I make music, I'm not gonna do that. Why am I gonna creative, bro? I'm making a podcast today, man. Shooting for someone tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying, man? Swimming on Wednesday. There's one, my swimmer. No, like so
you're very lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very lifestyle. But yeah, that's who I am, man.
So obviously, I'm guessing like what does that involve? Like photography, fashion,
so
music.
Like,
you do.
I've dabbed in like fashion, like to do with like even shooting it, being behind the camera, as in photography. I've made music and I'm continuing to make music, but you know, like eggs in loads of different baskets and shit like that. And I also have something coming up soon, creatives, and that's the one thing I'm really looking forward to. And that's to do with genuine conversations, just like this one here for Babylon and Buddhism. And yeah, man, when that comes out, obviously you're going to be in that at some point. I'm going to have the man them here.
Trust me,
Franco. Shout out Conor and Franco.
Yeah.
Taylor, I need you on there too, fam.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone, just listen, it's creatives, everyone.
Trust me. So like, I guess the reason I kind of wanted to bring you here today is because you are one of the people that were no doubt by my side every single day for the last 5 years. So obviously therefore went through the same kind of spiritual experiences as in expanding spiritually. And so I would like to see we were kind of on that same level. Like me and you have like almost a different code language for life because do you know what I mean? I'm trying to think, bro. What was like one of the first things that changed us? I want to say Asking It's Given by Jerry Lester Hicks, but I know that was long before that book.
I feel like The Alchemist was...
See, that really didn't hit me, but I know that it hit you, and there was something...
I think it was not because, like, for instance, yeah...
The Alchemist, by the way, is like apparently Will Smith's favourite book. It's like this book...
Paulo Coelho.
Paulo
Coelho.
It's a fable,
I'm going to look out for it. I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It's a beautiful book, and you get lost in the magical world. And I personally didn't... It didn't change my life or make me want to... But I know why. It's one of them ones. Certain books just have to be aligned to you in a certain way.
I think, like, I just like stories, innit? And... anything to do with just like movies, that's why I like movies with good stories and shit like that. And because I almost put myself in that situation, so then, like, you know, if someone tells you don't do this, because they want you to learn from their mistake, I almost feel like I want to learn from not their mistake but their experience. Like when I listen to stories and stuff like that. And sometimes when I like view certain films and it makes me feel like, oh shit, I can be something way bigger than I currently am, even if it is something unfathomable and just whatever. I didn't even say that properly. Unfathomable.
Yeah.
Elegant. But yeah, even like stuff like that, it just makes me feel like I can express a higher self. And then from that point, I think it was definitely The Alchemist. And from that point, boy, what did we go into?
So wait, it was The Alchemist. Asking It's Given, 3 years ago was a book that we read about just like how to understand that life fundamentally is a vibration. Literally. You know, they've scientifically proven that like if no one's looking at this board behind me and then one of us looks at it, like like the atoms change in the board, not in us. It's mad. Like it's just, I don't know if you understand how deep that is. It's so crazy. So yeah, I want to say that, but then I want to say also Sadhguru. I know I bring him up in the last one, but like you're the man to really bring him up because you're the man who kind of like, you read all the books before me. I learned from your knowledge.
Sad like what, like after we read books and stuff like that, and like we started going for, I think me and you really started like jumping on a vibe of maybe spirituality and even philosophy as such, and wisdom. We hit that point of just experiencing stuff, and we'd be like, yo bro, this happened today, and then you'd be like, yo bro, like we share stories, and we like start realizing that there was coincidences in so many different forms. And then like reading books again, stuff like that really helped us out to understand that because of vibration and energy and everything that we go through and everything that we ask for or think and everything like that, it happens to us externally, and like when me and you started becoming aware, it was just a madness, because we just understood that what we wanted we could make happen and manifest, and then it would happen, and we'd be like, oh shit, bro, like you almost needed affirmation. Like it was just affirmation.
For me, it was a bit almost scary. It's like
trust.
When you start to realize you have more power than they've ever told you, the power that Jesus told you he had. He never said worship me, he said live like me, which is the kingdom within, spirituality. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you start to unlock that, and you start to say, all right, I'm going to start putting a lot of energy on this and meditating on it, and then it comes to you, but it doesn't just come to you, it comes to you with the maddest signs. Like it will come to you with a blood clot feather, and like when you hear it, an angel song will go past in the car, and you're like, bro, there's no way, and then that makes you think, what the fuck's going on? Like where is this energy coming from, and what does it mean?
You just seek more in it, which is good. Seeking is fundamentally the real reason why you will continue to grow. Just seeking, and like, boy, when things like that happen, all you want to do is find out why, or can it happen again, or can I try it with this? Like it's just a madness, and you just seek and seek and seek. But you know this stuff, man. We say it like we go through it, just us two, and then like maybe the selective group. But you definitely go through stuff, man. Definitely.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think what you're saying is very much like, I think a lot of people actually, we all kind of believe the same thing in different phrase different, and worded different
ways, and
but fundamentally it's the same. Because I completely get what you're both saying. I've not read either of them books, but I hardly read books, if
I
I'm
think it's
honest.
because it's the truth, and we are the truth, so you're recognizing yourself. Do you know what I mean by that? Like in what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
That was pretty deep.
Yeah. But it's true. Like I think like one thing I kind of learned with Valley is that we don't have a clue how to use this human body. We don't know how to breathe correctly. We don't know how to breathe correctly. We don't know how to sleep correctly. Like just because of where your head is in the room, the magnetic poles of the earth can like affect the way you dream and stuff. Like there's so much we don't understand about the body. I remember me and him went to Covent Garden, like some kind of like I don't know, it was like a theatre or something, and we watched Sadhguru, and Sadhguru, we do like a meditation, and then he explains to us. You might be able to explain this better actually, because I never can explain it. The hand
crazy.
thing.
Can I actually like say like step by steps, and whoever's at home, you can actually try this shit, and like honestly, and this will be like a moment where it will probably blow your mind that just this one movement will change you. Come on, try it too, So like, sit comfortably in the seat, back erect. Don't think about anything too much body-wise. Don't align yourself in any sort of way. Just straight back. Have your palms down onto your knees. Now, take a deep breath, one deeper than normal, and take it in as far as you possibly can, and then hold it and feel which part of your lungs are really expanded. Once you like give it a moment or whatever, try and feel that. Breathe out, and as you breathe out, notice the breath. Do me a favor, everyone close your eyes now, So like when you next take your deep breath, don't hold it in as long, just feel it. Take a deep breath in, let go.
Really notice how much air you're taking in and how much you hold, and then how long it takes to breathe out. Like it's like one of them ones you gotta recognize. Now
the next step, this is where it becomes slightly mad. So if your back's erect enough and you're actually deepening in breathing like I'm saying, you should turn your palms the other way round and have your palms directly up. Have your elbows sort of tucked in, palms directly up. Take a deep breath again, and you'll notice there's a change in your lung capacity, and there's also a change in how deep you can go now. So I'm looking at Connor because like Connor's doing it here.
Obviously, he's also doing the engineering, so he's definitely not in the most zen vibe to do this, to notice it. But however, I promise you it works.
But
man, one spliff after the technique.
Like, scientifically, just take like putting your palms face down or face up, it changes the very like capacity of your lungs. So like when you have your palms down, you will feel it in your lower part of your lungs, and you're like in the middle of your chest. Isn't it like he
said you can breathe in like 15% or 20% more air just by having changing your hands? Now that's just one little magic trick.
And if you have your palms up, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in the top of your chest, and you'll feel like you have a lot more storage. You'll feel like the big yellow box or whatever it's called in your chest, innit?
It felt completely different.
You know what I'm saying?
Trust me.
Storage.
That's nuts.
There's also one thing I'll teach you that my friend Ola taught me. It's just one little thing, and it works for me. And some people can do this, and some people will do that and be like they're chatting shit. And that's cool, but it works for us. And there's a fact, you may have known this. You can't lie to yourself by using your human body. Now we lie to ourselves all the time, and we don't even realize it. Like the human mind manipulates ourselves so much. Obviously, anxieties and fear are lies, man. Of course. That's that real triple filtered. Do you know what I'm saying? Fluoride free, rude boy, Bumba Clark, Babylon. Anyway, so if you do this with your two hands now, everyone, so you're gonna make two circles with your hands, and you're gonna join it like this, and what that is, and make it very loose, just at the fingertips. Now, if you ask yourself, for me, it would be, am I Aaron? Now, that's not a lie, yeah? I go, am I Aaron? I feel a resistance. Now, of course, you have to really be truthful to yourself and make sure you're actually doing it truthfully. I feel resistance. If I go, am I a girl? Do you see that? Do you see how it just went straight through? Do you know what I'm saying? Am I Aaron? Am I a girl? Now, of course, people are going to be like, yeah, right, that's cool. But I promise you, I did the exact same energy. I've been doing this all the time. I'll lie to myself. I'll be like, have I been too rude to my mum today? Oh, Aaron. Your life changes when you realize that kind of these little techniques.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, try it when you're peaceful. And everyone, obviously, we're going to be trying this in like running for a bus, listening to the headphones. Like, no, try it when you're peaceful, innit? Is my name Aaron? Am I a girl? It's the human brain cannot do it physically. And when Ola taught me that, yeah, boy, like I started just moving quick. It's almost like I can like ask myself what my higher self wants. I'll be like, should I go to this casting today? Bye, like, and I won't go, and then I realised like some man run up in Westminster, which happened. Like I was like, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to be there. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad, bro. Like,
that's nuts.
So yeah, man, that's kind of like why value was in my life, man.
There's so much more like practice.
There's so much more, man. But I also believe to hold something back, because
but like just as long as like if you're listening and you're thinking, oh, I want to try all this stuff, just remember, there's like 100 different plus ways of doing crazy things with your body to make you become better and live a higher life state. So don't feel like one way is the way and that's it. Like, no, just
I think one way though is definitely not opening your phone the second you wake up when your alarm goes off in the morning and hitting your DMs and all of your stupid my brother does it, and like sometimes I do it, but I really try and make sure that I just charge my phone away. I don't even like the idea that like it's all like near my head. Sometimes like people put it under their pillow. Are you dumb, bro? Are you dumb, fam? Like, I'm that guy when I'm on my laptop here. I'm like this because I don't want it near my groin, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad. But yeah, man, like when I wake up in the morning, most people, like I think it changes their energies. It's like, imagine you wake up and someone's giving you any kind of low level energy, or you didn't get as many likes as you thought you would on that sexy 6-pack photo that you uploaded yesterday, and you're feeling kind of low. Everything is a butterfly effect, and you're going to have that. And then what? And then everyone that you meet that day, every 2,000 plus people that might see your face on the underground are going to have to catch that vibe. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you understand how powerful we are if only we change ourselves? And that could start from not looking on Instagram in the morning.
That's, you know what, it's funny, but like that's exactly what I was thinking. Like I was trying to keep away from my phone, but I was saying like if I see something funny first thing in the morning, it actually makes me laugh.
It's supposed to be, most
like
probably.
The rest of the day, you just carry that positive energy with you, innit? Just depends on the foot you start off on. Like, and to be honest, someone could do something that just generally rubs you up the wrong way, like. So, and that could set you off the wrong path in itself. So, I definitely agree that like people need to like stay away from their phones a bit, man, because
you can do so many things. Like for me, the first thing I'll do, I'll wake up, I'll read my daily guidance. So I've got books and daily guidance every day. So like 11th or 12th of March, whatever, and then that's already telling you you're the king. That's already telling you can change your life. So already that's an important, powerful thought. Then you can meditate. Obviously for me, I'll chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo for however long, and I really tried. When I'm chanting, when I'm like meditating, I envision like a white light of like velvet silk just encoating every moment of my day. So even if I miss, so when I missed that train that I needed, I suddenly take this deep breath and realize I already put a silver light lining over this moment. It's all blessed. Lose your anxiety, lose your fear. That's what I believe it means as a Buddhist. When we talk about living in higher life states. Let me just get my phone. It's my missus. One sec. Oh no, okay. Someone at the door. It wasn't my phone. It was definitely the door buzzer. But
I definitely feel like with that point there, like people need to realize that you're not even giving yourself time to like realize you're awake. Yeah. Essentially. People die in their sleep, like
focusing on other things straight away.
Millions of people.
That's a scary.
Like if you want to know what to be grateful for, you're awake in it. You're awake. Simple as. Every time you wake up, forget your phone. Just actually say to yourself, "Oh man, we're good, innit? I'm here again. Yeah, nice. What do I do today, or whatever?" But yeah, it definitely is to do with like the phone and everything else that distracts you and shit like that. Just always remember.
Imagine this now. Imagine, and this is me bringing in the Babylon side of this blood clot thing. Yeah. So this is how smart Babylon is. Yeah. We wake up. Yeah. 6:30 in the morning, Jeremy Carl's on. What's that? Yeah, there's some evil man, who's hand selected like a whole bunch of like mixtures of like delinquents, some autistic motherfuckers. I'm not even joking. These people blatantly have certain kind of mental issues. Some of them, man's teeth are like backwards. Like, they're talking like this. It's mad. We watched that before we're supposed to go to work, and we got a meeting that we're nervous about. And I just saw a woman get cussed out. And it's so evil. And then you come home, and then the news is like, whoa. and then the news is like, bro, this turtle died. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's so
for real.
dark and crazy, yeah. And it's like, why are we not understanding that today in Thailand 1 million children meditated for like peace? Like no one will know about that unless you're on like some certain website.
Yeah, for
so
real.
like for me and my conspiracies, I'm out here saying that some hidden hand of society is controlling this whole thing. Yeah, they're really activating our lower chakras because they know we've got 7 chakras and humanity is in their lower chakra, and we're all stuck there, and they keep moving us around. War, be an alpha male, don't be an alpha male, be like Caitlyn Jenner. What? They're just madly, and don't get me
for
wrong,
real.
yeah, I'm not saying at all, and no one think I am, yeah, being transgender is wrong, but I'm saying it's just crazy, yeah, they're pushing this mad agenda where they're fucking up our mind, they're giving us too much estrogen in the cow milk and the water, and man, them are moving different. It's actually crazy, and I believe that something dark is happening, man. Does anyone agree with anything I just said? Like,
Yeah, but like at the same time, humans just realized that it was easier to make money off of negativity than it was positivity first. I just feel
that
like
kind of blew my mind. It's true as well.
I kind of feel like that's what, like they made money off it and said, "Hey, we can do this now." And like the media specifically, like the rest.
Do you think
of
it's
Babylon,
darker than
like,
that though? Just
no, I
literally
do.
money.
I do like, but at the same time, I think it's all counterbalanced, especially in our daily lives. If you didn't look at the news, you wouldn't actually know a single thing to do with
it's only
negative.
if you choose to play part of that.
Yeah, like what? So what? A lady gave you a bit of attitude during the day. Oh my, it's not nothing like Syrian kids dying. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's not
for
that
real.
deep. Like don't like.
Some people love low level energy though.
Yeah,
Like, we've got
some-
friends in our group chat, yeah, that
But
will
we're almost conditioned to, and I feel like that's one thing. Like we're not conditioned to feel like humans. We're conditioned to feel like consumers. I lie.
World star.
Like literally.
That's the reason world stars so fucking
Exactly.
negative energy.
It's just they're trying to capture the worst of the worst and pump it. I
But
think
I know what you're trying to say though. Like, do you think it's maybe the overruling power?
do you think there's an
over the
agenda?
world?
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know I do.
I do
Goddamn yes, but
feel like yes, like whoever has money, but like I do feel like it's beyond agenda because like they actually have like
because we don't control what comes on at 6 a.m, but someone does.
I think it's definitely about the ways they can make the most money from
it's the
us.
money in it. It is
Yeah.
the money. Money turns you into like a greedy person, and you start realizing, hold on a minute, like when I have money, I have
They're
myself
harvesting
and
the
just my
planet.
life, and then you kind of disregard humans as humans, and you just think, you know, whatever. But it's money though, down to money. But if you rate money that much, then be prepared for that change.
Yeah.
Literally.
Real talk.
No, I get that. Yeah, I guess it's just like I don't like the way we're just being manipulated.
It's
innit? I think it's just what it
frustrating.
is.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm saying?
mad, man. All the negative emotions that we feel is essentially caused by someone else, and we're allowing it to be put into us.
Yeah, we're
like
allowing it.
even with the whole insecurity issue, that's a major issue now. Body insecurity, like that's the main thing. Like that's at the top of the issues at the moment. Like if you look at
I
it,
reckon self insecurity.
Yeah,
all
all
about
of that. It's all mental problems with physicalities, right?
Oh, that's so true.
You know, we are in this technological era now where that's all we're pumped is fake stuff anyway. So we see like fake bodies. We see bodies that people have paid for X, Y, Z, and then we think, why don't we look like that? And then, you know, people's insecurities build straight away, and then that way they just make more money, innit? Because then someone's gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna change this now. I'm gonna go to this surgeon. I'm gonna spend this amount of grand, and you know what I'm saying? It's literally like a guinea pig in a wheel, and they've got
Vicious
it.
cycle.
They've definitely got it. Like everyone on like a conveyor belt, man. It's definitely a society thing. That's where we're at now. But the worst thing about it is that we know this. Every single one of us who've consented to using the social media knows this as well.
Yeah.
And chosen to disregard it.
And I think like social media stuff it's angelic as much as it's devilish though.
definitely.
You know, it's about your interpretation
Without
and
a
how
doubt.
you use it. You know, like I've got jobs from it that's paid my rent.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've also spent hours just looking at bullshit when I
Yeah.
could have read one book. Do you know what I mean? So it's just about how you pick and choose what you want to do, man.
all in moderation.
But listen, guys, before we wrap up, man, I just want to kind of ask you, do you feel like we kind of covered an intention you wanted to like set? Like I feel we have definitely, which
Well,
is just kind of talk about.
I kind of made my own easy. I kind of thought we were just going to do it anyway and provide a good time for anyone who hears this, views this, whatever. I feel like my intention pretty darn fulfilled.
Yeah, I would definitely say, hopefully, I feel like I've enlightened a few people on some basic stuff.
Trust
that
me, man.
can end up being complex. So yeah, for sure.
I think for me, my intention was to make everyone just aware of. And it sounds cheesy, but could you hold up that book real quick, bro? Just the deal. I haven't even read this, but people have been telling me to read it for ages. The Power of Now, and it's the idea. What's that name there? Eckhart Tolle, yeah. Well, it's just the idea, yeah, that the present moment is all that exists. It's the only thing that will ever exist. The future is yet to come. The past has already happened, and every fear and anxiety, you're either fearful of the future or anxiety, or have anxious thoughts of the past or some shit, yeah. And it's like literally the present moment is all that exists. And if you can put yourself in the highest life state from the moment you awake, in the highest life state in the present moment, which is already happening right now because it's the only thing that exists, everything on the planet will start to change. And I bring you on here because you allowed me to realize how the present moment, through just always breathing, being like almost like the yogic system of the body, and I had I became present with him. And I bring you on because you're someone who really, to me, represents literally being present. Yeah, you just kind of actually just did it. Like, you just, every day I'm gonna see you in your car with like new shit, just driving, making things happen. But and it's important because you do exactly what I do, and you work with all the people around you. You make sure that the people around you eat, yeah, but at the same time, we're all moving together. So like, I know for a fact, if I ever like I've made it, you've made it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you will be brought in, and if do you know what I'm saying?
Without a doubt. I remember when we first got to shooting, it was actually crazy. He was like, oh yeah, let's shoot something. I'm like, you know what, yeah.
Let's try it.
Come,
yeah.
Let's do this.
This bare eager guy, like, because that was me. I wanted to be in every shot. I remember like the first time I saw you was outside Frensham in Phipps, man, and I bought a hat off you. Do you remember? It was like your iconic hat, fam. You had the black hat, gold studs, and like the barcode.
You need to retro them.
But bro, I was fully like ignorant with how I was looking at doing my stuff, bro. I was just like, no, skaters only. They've got to have that school skater quirky looking Shoreditch look, like.
Then the skinniest Rasta guy came.
And then Aaron was saying, "Are you want to shoot?"
Didn't know the future, man.
Nah, man, you can't just turn the don down and be like, nah, over some what you think is currently popular madness. Nah, Aaron, let's do this, fam.
Being present,
and look at where it is now. You know what I'm saying? Look at where he is now. Look at where I am now. Look at where Valley is now. Connor, everyone in here.
We're eating, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We originally all CR4, basically.
Yeah, real talk. Front of them M's, B, but yeah, like, you already know, bro. Like, at the end of the day, look at what it's come to.
Yeah.
Show me, like,
it's mad.
There is a like, I think we spoke about it with Connor and Franco. There's an unspoken energy like within this vicinity of our area, and even maybe just London. I don't know, yeah, but all inclusive, by the way. Anyone who feels it, but it's just like unspoken. Everyone's just doing shit.
Yep.
Everyone's doing something, innit? Everyone wants to do what they want to do, and it almost feels like everyone's like their own entrepreneur, innit? Like, just your life is in your hands. We've all realised that, and we're all doing amazing things with it. And boy, this is one of them.
Without a doubt, I agree with that, bro.
Alright, man. Well, thank you, everyone, man. And soon I'm gonna be. I really want to do kind of like a podcast where I have someone that kind of just believes everything I'm saying is like not the truth, man. I respect that truly, man. We'll talk about that, and also want to do a podcast where I explain about how to, if you want to follow my path, looking to being a Nichiren Buddhist. So there's a lot to come, but yeah, man. Bless, love.
You're welcome, bro. Love.